can't get into podcasts. They're so boring.
You're missing out. You guys should really check out this new one. It's called Keep It 99.
Keep It 99, huh?
Oh, what's up, alphas? Listen, TikTok has gone too far. It's crazy. Clout is a hell of a drug, and they are a heavy dose on it. I don't know what's going on. We got Lindsay Clancy. If y'all know who that is, it's a TikTok thing. They will not go out into the real world or any other social media because they know they're batch crazy. As well as my guy, his name is the Texas teacher and a Cooks. And he's crying on it. And plus, we got other stories we got to talk about in between each story. Y'all know I have to have a beautiful woman beside me. It is the lovely Miss Ebony Moonbeam. How you doing today, Queen?
I'm here. How's everyone? Find me on all social media platforms at Ebony_Moonbeam or Ebony_Moonbeam cosplay. I don't even have the energy to do my intro. Y'all know, though, that I don't give a fuck about none of y'all. The end. Outside of y'all, of course. Like, I love y'all. Y'all family. Go fuck them.
Shout out to that. Casual Conversation Beanie. Y'all see it? Go to the overall99media.org.
I just don't understand how Zelmay keeps getting the merch, but none of the other members have received merch in the mail.
I bought this shit a long time ago.
Where's my Casual Conversations beanie?
Listen, I got a struggle. I bought too many gimbals and cameras and this shit. I'm in the red now. You won't get it when I'm out of the red.
Ridiculous. give me one of your old gimbals.
You gotta get back to black, yo.
This one kind of sucks. Sorry to get a new one. I bought too many.
Send me that one. Can you send it to me?
It's
I don't do
absolutely
much
garbage.
content.
I don't know if you want. It's
garbage. Still better than what I got. Well, actually, I have a gimbal, but it's like clunky because it's older.
Is this even on? We also joined with Afro Coming 765, the legend himself. How you doing that, Tori?
Yes, you already know your local neighborhood scumbag. Here to get the folks our daily dose of dirtbag saying, give me a different day, all gas, no breaks, cold heart, hot takes, and everything that comes with it. You niggas know the spiel.
See, I have the energy for his spiel, but not my own. I just sat there and mouthed that whole thing.
This is the wrong one. I do not know what it is.
That's how you know it's catchy.
Yep.
But today we are, like I said, we are talking about Lindsay Clancy. So let's go over here.
I feel like I should know who that is, but I don't.
I've heard about her a lot lately, if I'm being honest.
I have no idea who this person is.
I've heard about her in passing a lot.
Yeah. So I'm going to let this guy explain it. Why are you not?
Oh, I know him. I love him.
Why I can't hear you?
I like his content.
All right. Oh,
and I like his delivery. He's funny.
Yeah, he's good on the delivery.
Yeah, I like him a lot. Are we supposed to be able to hear this? Because we can't hear it.
No, I think he's still trying to fix it.
No. That's because he done bought all this fucking equipment. He don't know what's going to what.
I was saying that nigga getting all these new wires crossed.
Yep, because when I first got in, he couldn't hear me. He was like, "Oh, it was going through the wrong thing."
Listen, we're trying to get this to work. I'm back in my office. I ain't been here in months. All right. Let's see. Did I share this the right way? Let's share it again.
All right. That's done.
Y'all niggas know we're close enough to Halloween to be getting Snickers pumpkins again, yo.
Let's go. I don't like Snickers.
Stupid thing.
No, I do love Halloween.
Look, a Snickers, listen to me. A Snickers pumpkin is completely fucking different from a Snickers bar.
What's a Snickers? What is a Snickers? What's in a Snickers pumpkin?
No, it's the same. It's the same stuff, but it's a completely different ratio. It's a completely different ratio, so it's better.
It's still probably not my jam. Remember, I don't do nuts, and I'm not a fan of caramel. Caramel.
Oh.
Not a fan.
Well, I never.
I'm a candy apple girl, not a caramel girl.
I never took you as a person who didn't like nuts. I'm not gonna lie. That's surprising to me.
I know. I think it surprises a lot of people, but here we are.
I mean, that explains the lack of children, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Fuck you.
Just saying.
You've been waiting on that. You've been waiting on that since you got in here. Fucking
No, you did it. You did it. You teed it up. I just hit it.
I didn't tee it up. You teed it up by
You
talking
did.
about Snickers. And I was telling you that I don't like Snickers.
I was genuinely happy.
Which is
about
not new
the
news.
beginning of the. You didn't have to tell me you didn't like nuts.
I've already told you this, though. I'm just reminding you of the reason why. Because a minute ago, you were like, what type of person doesn't like Snickers?
Well, I'm just saying, I don't trust niggas that don't like Snickers all like that.
See? That's what he was about to say. Like, what Snickers ever did to you? I'm letting you know. I ain't got no beef.
No.
It's just, I prefer to see
Look,
other
like
people.
I said, I was just surprised that you didn't like nuts.
Yeah, well, I like some nuts.
But like I said, that explains a lot now.
That's not why I don't have kids. I don't have kids because I don't like motherfuckers. So
No, you don't have kids because you don't
I can't
like
bring
nuts.
another you into the world. And I only halfway like myself, so I'm definitely not gonna
Nut
do
is
that
an
right now.
intrinsic part of children, yo.
I'm good. I'm straight. So straight.
Well, I mean, you're not, but okay.
Yeah, I'm not straight. You're right.
I know.
That's funny.
I know. I'm fucking
You are
hilarious,
correct.
bro.
You are correct. I am not straight. I am some type of angle that curves a lot. Who sneezed?
Background.
Oh. All right.
It's a reflex. When someone sneezes, I have to say it.
Is situated, and I'm probably gonna have to do half of this show because he's taking forever to figure this out. Half of this show in the car because I got errands to run before everything closes. And,
Zelmain is technical difficulties, folks. This nigga.
Listen, I was just letting y'all conversate. This video been ready. I'm just letting y'all conversate. I'm just saying.
Well, press the fucking
You mean
play
converse?
button, then, nigga.
You're allowing us to
Now, the
converse?
word premeditatively is the key word here. It basically means she thought about it, she planned it, she did it. The defense said that's a damn lie. She did it. She just planned to do it. She was going through psychosis at the time. See, this case is a little more complicated than it may seem, but first, we got to understand what happened. You see, one day, Patrick, who was Lindsay's husband at the time, was working from home. After he finished working, he said, look, Lindsay, we don't got time to cook, so you want me to go pick something up? Lindsay said, yes, absolutely. So as Patrick's leaving, Lindsay texts him at 5:15 p.m. Remember that time. One of our 3 kids needs medicine from the CVS. Can you pick it up on your way to get food? He said, bet. So Patrick goes to the CVS, picks up the medicine for the kids, calls Lindsay, says, hey, is this the right thing? She says, yeah. He goes to the restaurant, picks up the food, drives home. When he gets to his house, this is the model of his house, by the way, everything was quiet. He said that's a little weird, so he starts calling out to everybody, his kids and Lindsay. Nobody answers. Eventually, he finds Lindsay outside on the floor. He asked her what happened. She said she tried to herself. He said, okay, where are the kids? She said they're in the basement. So Patrick goes to the basement and finds the 3 kids, calls the police. Police pull up. Everyone is in agreement of what happened. Patrick said, that happened. Lindsay said, that did happen. Prosecutor said, that happened. Police said that happened. Lindsay's defense said, yeah, everything Patrick said happened. People are even in agreement about what happened before that took place. Lindsay said, I was very, very depressed. I was experiencing psychosis. I was seeking help from mental health professionals, from everyone around. Patrick said, she was. She absolutely was. Her defense says, yes, she was. The mental health professionals come out and say, yeah. She called me. We prescribed her this. She was absolutely seeking help. Everyone's in agreement with that. But the twist is the defense is saying, well, you see that she was seeking all of this help. That's why she was experiencing a lot of mental health issues. And the prosecution is saying, no. That's just an excuse. The kids because she wanted to. Now that you know what happened, here's where things start to get wicked. I'm going to give you facts. We about to get to the nitty gritty of it. First.
So that's like, I just wanted to present the case. We'll come back to him. But that's basically what happened on the case. But as you were finna hear, he is ultimately telling us the story of how the internet took this case, TikTok specific, because they won't go nowhere else because TikTok is insane right now. They just argue over the stupidest thing. But they took the case and made it their own. So we're going to give you a casual conversation, the TikTok's Lindsay Clancy obsession and Darius Cooks debate. That's what we're talking about. The stories are TikTok versus the truth, the internet's obsession with Lindsay Clancy's case, and the conspiracy theories hurting a real family. And then we're going to talk about, of course, we said Darius Cooks, real concern or content play. He went viral, getting emotional over students who can't read, genuine advocacy or engagement bait. Now, TikTok versus truth, a tragedy, a grieving family, and a wave of internet speculation. We're separating verified fact from a harmful theory, not adding to the noise. This is what we know. You just heard it. January 2023, Massachusetts nurse and mother Lindsay Clancy was charged in the ending of her 3 young children, Cora, Dawson, and Kaylin, in Duxbury, Massachusetts. Lindsay survived a serious attempt on her own life in the immediate aftermath and was hospitalized. Her defense centers on a severe postpartum mental health crisis in the weeks before the tragedy. Her husband, Patrick Clancy, has spoken publicly and consistently. He has not blamed Lindsay and has instead pointed to gaps in her psychiatric care and medication management. This is still an active legal matter, and case status can change quickly. Now, why this context matters, we're going to talk about this. Postpartum psychosis is a rare but severe psychiatric emergency, distinct from the far more common baby blues or postpartum depression. Symptoms can include delusions, hallucinations, severe confusion, and rapid mood swings, typically emerging within the first days to weeks after childbirth. It's a medical emergency with fast treatment. Most people recover fully. Delayed or inadequate care can be devastating consequence. Understanding the conditions doesn't excuse tragedy. It explains why licensed clinicians and courts, not internet commentators, are equipped to evaluate a case like this. Now, what is circling around? And we're going to go back to him. What's circulating and why it's unfounded? Some critics have speculated that Patrick Clancy was somehow involved and that Lindsay is covering for him, a claim with no public evidentiary support. As you just saw, you're going to talk about, we're going to bring this up with him. Others allege it cover up to shield doctors or hospitals from liability, treating an active legal case like an open mystery for comment section to solve. Some content mocks or dismisses the postpartum mental health defense outright, treating a documented psychiatric condition as a convenient excuse. None of these theories are supported by publicly available case facts. They're speculated, packaged, and algorithmic boosted to look like an investigation. We're gonna break that down later. So we're gonna listen to his finish, and then we're gonna talk about it.
Fact, Lindsay, when she tried it herself, it involved her jumping from a high place. She's paralyzed from the waist down because of it. The defense said, you see that she tried it herself for real. She really has mental health issues. Prosecution said, I don't know. She was getting help. Like, what y'all mean? This right here is one of the people that was helping her. The defense said, well, I'm glad you brought this person up because the help she was getting is actually the problem. The defense goes to this psychiatrist lady. I forgot her name. The defense said, okay, all the stuff you was giving her, like, was it working? She said, I mean, we was working on it. It wasn't quite. So he said, you didn't do your job for real. That was basically the psychiatrist's argument with the defense. And it was really intense. He was damn near cussing her out, talking about, I found a mistake on your paperwork. What's going on with that? She said, you're trying to make it seem like I'm stupid. It was just like a typo. He said, a typo? Ooh, a typo. She said, ooh, you rage baiting me. The judge had to come in and say, hey, y'all got to chill. Not in my courtroom. The defense said, oh, so you making typos? You prescribing her whatever, this and that? We just giving her whatever we want. Matter of fact, give me another psychiatrist. Next psychiatrist, pull up. Next psychiatrist, pull up. Defense said, so what would you prescribing her? This, that, and the third? He said, defense, next psychiatrist. He started calling psychiatrists out. Turns out she had like 13 prescriptions. Another psychiatrist pull up and said, yeah, she did pull up and say she wanted herself. She said it was getting real bad. The defense said, okay, so what did y'all do? Psychiatrist said, well, we didn't do anything. The defense said, excuse me? Yeah, they said, yeah, the rules state that you got to have a plan about yourself before we can actually commit you to something. But, I sent her some resources, and the defense said, where are the resources you sent her? So, you know what? I actually didn't send her resources. So you can probably see where Lindsay's defense is coming from. They're saying, look, the mental health The system failed her. In fact, Lindsay and her defense have a separate civil case where they're suing many people in the mental health system. The prosecution is saying, nah, that still wouldn't have drove her to her kids. That part she did on purpose. She might have had mental health issues, but not bad enough to, she did that on purpose. You could see by the text she's sending people, like she seemed that she was sound of mind. Like she did it on purpose. And that's pretty much the case that's going on. Now you'll notice that nowhere in this video that I mentioned the husband, Patrick, being the culprit, because that is absolutely not the focus of this case by the defense or the prosecution. But let's talk about why people believe that he might be. See, if you remember earlier, I told you Patrick was working. He leaves the house to go get medicine for the kid at CVS, and he goes to get takeout, right? Well, he left the house, remember this number, hey, coincidence, it's actually 5:15 right now. He left the house at 5:15. The CVS is about 3 minutes away from their house. The cameras catch Patrick walking into the CVS at 5:32. He leaves the house 5:15. It's 3 minutes away. He gets there at 5:32. The mathematics ain't adding up. People online are saying, oh, that's weird. But in the actual trial, they didn't really seem to care. Because remember, that's not the defense's argument. That's not the prosecution's argument. But they did ask him about it. The prosecutor told him, look, why did it take you so long to get from your house to the CVS? He said, I don't know. The defense pulled up and said, no, we got this prosecution. Look, Patrick, we're not saying you did it, but we really need to get to the bottom of this because we got something else over here. It says that you sent an email to your job at 5:24. You leave your house at 5:15. An email gets sent at 5:24. Does that mean you were still at the crib? Like, what's going on for real? Patrick said, bro, I don't know. I might have sent the email from my iPhone, but I know I didn't leave the house that late. I might have sent it from my, I don't know. I don't remember. That's a little weird. But regardless, the defense did not follow up on this. Now, people also noticed the husband, Patrick, seemed to have changed his clothes. He seemed to have changed his jacket from a short button down to like a longer button down because he's also caught in surveillance in the restaurant. In the restaurant, his shoes seem different and his jacket seems like it has a zipper that pulls down lower. Here's a closer look at his shoes when he was in the restaurant versus the CVS. His shoes seem different. And again, they're saying the jacket seems different. Defense did not follow up on this. They're maintaining this had nothing to do with their case. They're pleading that Lindsay absolutely did it, but she was going through psychosis. People also claim that this might be one of Patrick's friends walking to the CVS, and this might be Patrick going into the restaurant after he finished the kids. And now that I look at this picture a little closer, do these two people seem to have different hairstyles to you? Okay, but regardless, that's neither here nor there. The defense is saying, we don't care about the hair, we don't care about the clothes, we don't care about this, that, and the third. The defense and the prosecution maintain we are both in agreement about what happened, Lindsay and the three kids. We're just not in agreement on why it happened. But regardless of who you think did it, the question of the trial is, can she be held responsible for her kids, even though she was crying out for help, constantly explaining to people that her mental health was really, really, really deteriorating? And that's a question the jury has to ask. And that's a question I want to ask you. What do you think? Let me know. And truly,
yeah, RP to the three kids. So y'all got a full breakdown of this case. Thoughts? And by the way, I do want to say this before we go. The internet has just made up a bunch of allegations on this man, Patrick. They have said he R-worded the little girl to take her to the doctor for one day. She went out. They have come up with so many crazy theories on this man that have no evidence. And I'm like, that's kind of weird, but they doing this like it's some weird crime drama. Instead of like a real situation where people lose their life. But that's the internet. That's TikTok. So I want to know your thoughts on this.
Privilege is real, brother.
What's that from?
If this woman was any other color, we wouldn't be having this conversation. This trial wouldn't be going this way. I know for a fact she ain't got no goddamn no goddamn public defender that's going to bat like this. So somebody's paying for this attorney. How old were these kids? Do we know?
I have to look it up.
Because postpartum ain't jacking for me if these kids are multiple years old.
Well, she's 36, so she's not that old, so they can't be that old.
Yeah, but I'm wondering how old the kids are, because if she's
I'm gonna look
postpartum,
it
you'd
up.
think these were relatively young children.
5, 3, and 8 months.
Oh, okay, the 8 months. There we go. Okay, the cry for postpartum does sound plausible now. I needed to know that at least one of these children was under a year old if we were going to make the postpartum argument. That changes things a little bit. I mean, it doesn't change the fact that she did some fucked up shit. Like, no ifs, ands, or buts about that. But postpartum psychosis, I'm not a medical practitioner of any sort, but like, postpartum depression is real, and if they say postpartum psychosis is a thing, I mean, I don't think there's stuff that's much more psychotic than offing your kids. So, but either way, this woman needs to be sat down for a very, very long time. I think that's what I'm taking away from this, regardless of what the facts are. She doesn't need to be in the regular world for a very long time. But that's a messy situation altogether. And like, her lawyers are top tier, I'm not gonna lie. Cause like, and they may honestly have a point. 13 different psychiatrists all prescribing you something different is fucking insane. Like, to be medicated to that level, I wouldn't be surprised if somebody off their kids.
Yeah,
because like some of these, I mean, and let's be honest, all of these, that's just saying fucking if each of them were prescribing her one thing, which I mean, in most cases, a doctor's probably prescribing you more than one thing. So like, I don't know. This is a sticky situation. It's a very sad situation. But like, I see the defense's play. I really do. And in 2026, I believe it could work. Now, whether that results in her seeing the light of day as a free woman ever again, I don't know. Like, best case scenario, what she does a decade or so in a mental hospital before she's released back on the world. Worst case scenario, she spends the rest of, or possibly best case scenario, if she really did just blink these kids out of existence just because. Worst case scenario, best case scenario, she never sees the light of day as a free woman again. But either way, I'm torn. Part of me sees from the defense's standpoint of like, she's seeing all these different psychiatrists. If they're all prescribing her something different, if she is under the influence of all of these various medications, we've all seen a plethora of big pharma commercials and the amount of fucking side effects that come with some of these medicines. So like, you got to feel at a certain point, if you're taking so many of these medicines, that the side effects could compound, it stack, if you will. So like, maybe that does have something to do with it. And then part of me sees from the prosecution side of like, she took the lives of 3 innocent children. So like, this is a very gray case. Because like I said, part of me is someone who's spent much time with mental health professionals and whatnot. Like, this is nasty work, and no one's going to be happy either way this goes. I can tell you that now. Whether she spends the rest of her life in prison or whether she spends a couple decades in a mental health facility, not everyone's going to be happy either way, and those little kids are never coming back to life. So, yeah.
And like I said, in this case, you got to think. I know all the conspiracy theories out there, but you also got to think.
Yeah, I'm not going to hurt all the conspiracy theories, yo. I'm purely looking at this from the perspective of a court trial being adjudicated.
Yeah. So I just wanted to put this out there. You got to think about why it's circulating. We saw this earlier, but this is why it hurts the family.
Hold on. I do want to say, if this nigga changed clothes in the 15 to however many minutes he left from going to fucking Walgreens or CVS and coming back, that is questionable. But maybe he was just cheating.
I don't know. Everybody seemed to not care because whatever they sat with. So, but I wish it. I don't know. It's weird because, like I said, you don't want to just put conspiracy theories on this man. Some of them been sick. Some of the conspiracy theories been sick. They just put on him. With no evidence. You don't want to put.
It's the internet in 2026, brother. The internet's always going to be as nasty as possible.
Yeah. But I do want to talk about the human cost before we get into some funner things. Patrick Clancy has publicly asked people to stop speculating and let the family grieve. He said online theorizing adds real pain to an already unbearable loss. True crime content thrives on speculation because uncertainty drives engagement. The algorithm rewards the theory, not the truth. Surviving family and friends are living through this in real time, often reading strangers' theories about their own tragedy. The most respectful thing viewers can do is an active case is wait for verified facts, not manufacture their own.
Okay, I got my conspiracy theory. He was definitely cheating on her. There was no doubt in my mind about it. Oh, do we have I think he was cheating on her, yo. And that's why he was gone the extra time. He went off to have a quickie. And he changed clothes because he got a little soiled in the act. You know what I mean?
But
I'd like to think that.
Yeah, I do want to ask y'all in the comment section everywhere else, where's the limit between public interest in a case and public speculation about a real family? Does TikTok internet detectives culture actually help, or does it manufacture pain for engagement? How should platforms handle speculative content in active criminal cases involving real victims?
Freedom of speech is a real thing, yo. So like the once a court case is public, which most are because that's the way the world works. There's a certain amount of speculation that's going to come regardless of whether we think it's good, right, or just or anything of the sort. So you just got to understand that going forward. But well, I mean, as far as the medical stuff, I already said, if she was being prescribed a whole bunch of different medications by 13 different psychiatrists, there's no doubt in my mind there's some cocktail in there that could make you do some crazy shit like off your kids. Like there's no doubt in my mind. Like,
yeah, absolutely. And I feel like that's medical malpractice. That's kind of the whole point of prescription.
Yeah, but that's what I believe. Zelme, didn't you say they had a civil suit that her defense was also mounting a civil suit against the
multiple medical people?
But
I'm pretty sure, wasn't this like a Law and Order episode? Or has this happened before? Because this seems so familiar to me. Was this a Law and Order episode or something? Where
I don't know,
they want a bunch of medications from different doctors?
It happened 3 years ago. It happened 3 years ago, though. So you could have heard
maybe
about
that's
it
it.
then.
Yeah, this case is just not opening up. It happened when she was 32 and she's 36 now.
So 4 years ago almost.
Okay,
I feel like this can't be black and white, unfortunately enough. It can't be like me. But you gotta try and at a certain point we gotta realize, and I hate to be the nigga that says this ain't none of our fucking business, yo. And like if what's her husband's name?
Patrick.
If Patrick did have something to do with this, I'm sure they'll figure that out, hopefully. Or white privilege wins out like it always does.
But they're both white.
In my head,
but one's a white man. One is a white man, and I just said that's different.
He was cheating on his wife, and that's why he changed clothes by the time he got to the Walgreens or the CVS or whatever. That's my headcanon now. That's my theory. He was definitely his wife was crazy, and she probably it sounds like obviously she wasn't the good type of crazy, so he might not have been
going
getting
through some shit. He wanted a release. Yada yada yada. But he's not gonna admit that he cheated because then public opinion is a big deal.
Well, to be fair, if he get convinced he cheated, that means he 100% wasn't there them kids.
I'd rather be a cheater than suspected of offing my kids.
I'm saying, I'm like, he would.
Remember, we've had that conversation before, but you'd be surprised.
If I was cheating and that's what I was doing in that time,
I was cheating. I'm sorry, I was cheating.
I'd be like, yo, I was trying to get a little quickie in while I was going to pick up the medicine for the kids. And that's why I was wearing different clothes if he was in fact wearing different clothes by the time he got there.
And if he was in fact cheating. Maybe he wasn't. Yeah. But
again, we do not know that.
I don't see why she would take the fall for him now.
No, I feel like if he had something to do with it, she'd say something. Especially if she's paralyzed from the waist down now.
Yeah. So
here, put Joe's comment back up there. I didn't read it, and I didn't want to open the comments to look at them for myself. Oh, this nigga does seem like a talk no jutsu fucking. If Naruto handled this situation, she wouldn't have got rid of her kids. That's for sure. He'd have talked her out of it. But that's neither here nor there. Either way, I feel like the internet's going to do what the internet does. And poor Patrick is going to be open to public speculation for the rest of his fucking life, whether he likes it or not.
But I do want to say this. We'll get off the sad things. We got another one. Rest in peace, Hayden Panettiere.
Yo.
Passed away.
Broke my heart.
Again, everybody's around my age.
This one broke my heart. Like, we are in the same age.
God damn it.
I've been watching her my whole life. That's what's crazy. We're the same age. Like, I've legit been watching her my whole life. And when I first saw it, like, I was chilling and I saw someone post and they were like, what the fuck? I know I'm not reading this right about Hayden Panettiere. And I was like, wait, what? And I had to go and Google it. And I just stopped what I was doing for like the next hour. And I said out loud, I was like, this has already ruined my week. I was like, the week is going to be terrible. And I was right.
She was just before all of this happened. She was just talking about the deep.
She was just exposing Holly Weird again. Anytime someone started talking about Holly Weird, then shit start happening.
Now I don't know whether she took the ride down the sewer slide or not. I don't believe they've said yet. But if she did, I would bring that into. I don't know. It's all very questionable because once again, this all rounds out to mental health and like the darkies can get real, and I don't mean that from a racial connotation of dark. I mean that the emotional connotation of dark. The emotional darks are real, and like when it gets dark enough, what can you do? But yeah, I was super sad about that. As a person who I've watched Heroes multiple times at this point,
multiple times. Save the cheerleader.
I didn't know she was in Remember the Titans. I did not know she was that little girl.
But if you just the amount of like complexity that went into Claire's character in Heroes it was just good writing across the board.
Excellent writing across the board. Like, character development, like I love Heroes because Heroes is a good show. But Hayden, like if she's in something, I watch it. Like her single-handedly for me saved the Scream franchise because in my opinion that movie that she was in, the first one that she was in, was the best Scream that we had got in years. And I was like, oh, yay, we got her back. Yay. And I just hate that all of this shit's happening to her. It's so sad. Like, All of this is sad.
I didn't know Prince of Kyrie in Kingdom Hearts, and that hit me hard because I am a Kingdom Hearts Negro. It was one of the first games I got on my PlayStation 2 when I was a child. Poured many hours into it, many hours into every Kingdom Hearts, hundreds and hundreds of hours.
Not just that. Like, I was a
Yeah.
cheerleader too. Like, she was in Bring It On or whatever. Like, she played a
Yes,
cheerleader in
she was.
Heroes. I've watched her since Remember the Titans. Like, she's been around for so long. And I just feel like she was one of
Yeah,
those,
shout out to
even when she was going through her shit, she was still very private with a lot of the shit that she was going through compared to like other child stars. Yo, this Lexus
Even
is
Suppley talking
so
about
fucking
smoking heroin before he met her at the premiere of fucking Remember the Titans was crazy. But like, I get what he.
Yeah, did you see that? You saw that where he was like, yeah, at the premiere I went to the bathroom and did heroin. I was like, why are we saying this? Like, why?
No, I get what he was saying. He was saying that she shined brighter than his drug use, and I get that.
But I feel like if
But
you was in that,
it is a very sad thing that she's gone.
he reached out. I hope he reached out to her.
Child. But
We got another court
she
case.
had a very small child. She was our age, and that's just bad. It's all bad all the way around.
Yeah, it's all bad.
Didn't realize we were gonna have such a dark episode.
We're gonna try to pick it up in the second half. So this, but we got Keefy D. Afro, I know you've been keeping up with this case. He's in
Oh
his
God, keep you fucking rat.
Here you go.
Recording.
That song is 100% finna get us.
Yeah, copyright is real.
So you see, he's saying. So you see what he called him a rat, but yeah, the Keefy D case is going on. Afro, what have you learned so far? Afro, I cannot hear you
Listen,
right now.
TVD is one of the dumbest people on this planet, yo. No one ever was gonna connect him to the murder of Tupac Shakur if he didn't get on Vlad and every other place that would pay him and talk about how he was down, how he was there when it happened. And now, here's the thing, he was saying all of this, and then come to find out, he's the last one alive of all of the people that were allegedly a part of the fatal shooting of Tupac Shakur. He's the only one left alive. So, like, as he's talking about this, even if they wanted to charge somebody else, everybody else that he could have scapegoated out is dead. And he didn't realize he was just serving himself up on a platter to be some prosecutor's star case they're going to make their bones off of. So you get what you asked for, yo. Keefy D spent all those Vlad interviews, all the fucking other interviews talking about how he was there when Tupac got offed, and now, nigga, you getting charged for it. What do you expect?
You didn't call somebody a rat. Wow, you just told everybody you was there.
Everybody business.
He was self-snitching the whole time, yo. Like, nigga, you are the biggest rat in this situation. There is no case against Keefy D if he just shut the fuck up. But that's what money does, yo. A couple $1,000 per interview, nigga, that shit get to adding up in your brain, and all of a sudden, fucking your lips get a lot looser. No diddy.
You gotta tell the interesting stories because nobody cares if you don't. They ain't inviting you back to not tell the story.
Yeah, I was about to say, yo, they want to hear the juicy shit. They want to hear the shit that can get you sent to prison, and you played into that shit. What do you expect? You get what you ask for, yo. You can't go around saying that you were part of one of the most famous killings in all of hip-hop history and then be surprised when somebody decides to charge you for it, especially considering of all the people you're saying were involved with it, you're the only one that's left alive. Literally. Everyone that was in that, because Orlando Anderson, I believe that was the other gentleman's name, the one that was the alleged shooter, he's been dead for years. Ended up getting murked out by somebody else later. The dude that was allegedly driving, he died from cancer like almost 10 years ago, some shit like that. So like And it was just allegedly, if it was true, it was Orlando Anderson, the dude driving, and Keefe D in the car when Tupac got hit up. Well, look, if you're the only one left in that car that's still alive, and I'm a prosecutor in good old California trying to freaking make my bones as a hardline fucking predator putter aware. I mean, the man served himself up on a silver platter, and now he's mad that he's getting hate.
Yeah, he did that to himself, and that's on.
Moonbeam, your thoughts, Queen.
And like, I don't feel bad for him, yo. And usually I be feeling bad for niggas when they go to jail. But like, nigga, you did everything in your power to make sure you ended up in prison. Don't be mad now that you're there. And I don't want to see nobody. Don't be blaming fucking Vlad. I hate we're in this era where we blame the interviewers, because these interviewers can't make these niggas say a fucking word.
Right,
yo.
and that's their job. That is
They
their
can't
job.
make these niggas say anything.
To ask whatever.
They're
All
not
you
the
gotta do.
police.
Do you see
They're
all
not
these people
some
that get up and walk
hypnotist.
out of interviews all the time? Like, don't act like you can't do that. So don't blame the interview when you a grown ass person
Look,
that got
read
2
a-
feet that you can use.
Read a fucking book, folks. That's what you got to do. Stop being worried about goddamn interviewing and fucking telling on yourselves, telling all these crimes. You know, a mark of a good criminal, folks. A good criminal doesn't get caught.
Never. A good criminal doesn't get
Really
caught.
get away.
Bad criminals, yo. Good criminals never see the inside of a jail cell, yo. A good criminal, you'll never know they were a criminal, or at least you won't be able to prove it.
Right. Now, that's a fact.
Moonbeam, your thoughts.
But I don't feel bad for Keefe D. I think he wanted all the attention, and he's getting all the attention he wanted, and then some.
You know, I feel the exact same way Tori does on this. I don't give a shit. And you did it to yourself. You did it to yourself,
Crazy,
and
I've seen all
it has
of
no
these
effect on my
interviews
life.
of him for
whatsoever.
years, just saying that he was there, saying that he knew who did it, saying that he was in the car when it happened. He was in the car that pulled up alongside of him. Like, brother, there ain't no statute of limitations on murder.
Right, shut
None
up.
whatsoever. There's no amount of time you can wait where it's okay for you to confess to murder. Nigga, you kill somebody today and you want to tell somebody about it 75 years from now, you're still gonna have the chance of going to fucking prison.
Yep.
So if
Speaking
you're
of
gonna
somebody
do the crime, fucking shut the fuck up about it. Yo, I understand you wanted the money, yo. You wanted to get paid. But now fucking all that money you made from them interviews is either gone or going to lawyers. So was it fucking worth it?
Well, you know who we can ask? EDP. The case has now been reopened thanks to his documentary in which he bragged about everything he did. By the way, if you watch the documentary, it's kind of crazy.
I watched this documentary like the other day, yo. And yo, it's so fucking nasty. And I'm glad it did exactly what it was supposed to do, yo. It was supposed to make people pay attention so this sick ass nigga can go to jail. And I hope I don't wish jail on niggas unless you're a child,
a total piece of shit.
Unless it's a crime against children or old people, yo.
Yep.
Like if you ain't got no crimes against children or old people, yo, I ain't finna wish jail on you. Make them niggas catch you. But like as far as it comes to children and old people, yo, nigga, I hope you rot.
Mm-hmm. Hope they put you under the fucking jail, and
himself.
I hope they take advantage of you in there
If you have
too.
not seen this document, if you have not seen this documentary, Mike Klum getting his bag, yo, when he gets to making these documentaries. And
what is the documentary called, Tori?
So comfortable around him to where he was.
What's it called?
I think
it's the sick life of the sick. Something.
It's called EDP 445. The sick life of EDP 445.
Gross.
Yo, that documentary literally
Just
stopped at
hearing
him
talk
looking at
about
children
it, like
across the
him
street.
fully acknowledging.
That's you. That's how it started. He was looking at
Bro,
teenagers.
he literally, and I feel bad. For that poor young fat black man that had to play child EDP in those reenactments. Imagine that being your first acting job. You had to play young EDP. That's crazy. But I watched that yesterday. Well, I watched it yesterday or the day before yesterday. But my Lord, for him to sit there in front of a camera and be like, yeah, I was thinking about banging a 16-year-old. I think these 14,
you know what's
15,
crazy,
16-year-olds would.
You know what's crazy? He literally stated that he got an app. He got an AI to talk like a young girl, and he recommended everybody do it so they don't act on it.
Was like, Mike asked him, yo, what are you talking about with your AI girlfriend? He's like, oh, I'm gonna be honest, yo, I'll be having a role play like she's 16. What? Nigga, what?
Did he say like 15 or 14 in that one? Did just so he don't act on it. I'm like, and then recommended all the other weirdos to not act on it. He's like, hey, do this.
Yo, he was like, yo, go get you an AI girlfriend. Nigga, shut the fuck up. Look, you once again, you get what you fucking deserve when you decide to get on the internet. Because look, EDP managed to get away scot-free up until now because fucking niggas, because whether it be botched sting operations, whether it just be the luck of the fucking, I don't know what it, but, and finally he decided, yo, once again, money played into it. I don't know how much Mike paid him for this interview, but I guarantee you it wasn't as much as he's gonna have to pay for lawyers if they decide to fucking send his ass up the river.
Chris Hansen interview was crazy.
Chris Hansen was like, "You's a nasty nigga, yo." I mean, obviously he didn't say he was a nasty nigga, but that was the heart of what Chris Hansen was saying is that, yo, you's a nasty nigga, and he is.
Yeah. So
any nigga that in their right mind can in one breath say, yo, I definitely do something to a minor, but I'm not attracted to minors. That don't make no
crazy
sense.
and a liar.
And I hated the fact that on a technicality, they were like, he's not a PDF file because to be a PDF file, you have to be attracted to children below a certain age. And I'm like, yo, that's not what's important here. A minor's a minor.
Well, she's legal, so she have to say legal prescription, which is
under 18
child
and
under
18.
So you have to do child mother.
Look, that just watching how, yo, and it's crazy because like I used to like watching EDP's rage videos back in the day before we found out he was a sick nigga. Like he was funny as shit, yo. Like he was actually funny. Just seeing him pissed off about shit. And it does not surprise me that the man is fucking almost 40 years old and has only had sexual relations with one woman in his life and he paid for it. That does not surprise me at all. But that is not an excuse to try and fucking be a predator to children.
That documentary had me multiple cases on why that woman decided to be with his girlfriend.
Bro, I was literally flabbergasted watching that shit. I could not comprehend what amount of money.
Yo, his friend did not help Afro. Afro, his friend was like, we all pick somebody we ain't got to be. I'm like, no. Who is we? There ain't no French out here. There is no we.
Look, if I've never been a nigga to call CPS in my life, but if I could call CPS on that nigga when he said he trusted EDP around his kids, I would have.
Afro, he said, we all did. I said, who is we? Afro, we don't include me. I know that. I don't know who is we in there. Take somebody inappropriate. We shouldn't. Nigga.
We've all, when he said we've all texted somebody we're not supposed to, the fuck do you mean? No, we haven't, nigga.
We have not.
No,
you
we fucking
did.
haven't.
You and your weird friend did.
You have. You and your friend Bryant have. We have not.
The only we is you and him. And maybe some of your OGs he talked about who said, niggas. And some of his OGs apparently
and
who
honestly,
said that.
Somebody check his friend's phone too. And like, I don't know. That nigga said he got kids. And look, I knew the thing when this nigga said he would trust EDP around his kids, I almost turned that shit off.
And
I
then he said
really
he did
did.
a
I
little
almost
stomach
didn't finish
thing
watching it.
and do a little stomach spit thing, and I'm like, I don't.
Yo,
That's,
he said he liked to blow raspberries on kids' stomachs. I was like, nigga, you are a fucking weirdo.
I'm like, you shouldn't say you do that. Okay, I don't know, but
No, bro, it's like he was trying to tempt the authorities to come after him with this. But shout out to Mike Klum for doing this shit, because hopefully this results in this nigga going to prison.
we saw Chris Chan.
And I hope, yo, when Chris Chan can pop up and be like, he's a bad guy. I mean, Chris wasn't wrong, but Chris Chan also fucked his mom, which is crazy. His elderly mother with dementia, and managed to get out of prison on time served. So Chris Chan's not no better, but at least Chris Chan is autistic and like visible, like the mental. We know there's something wrong up there. We've known there was something wrong up there since he had an animatronic anthropomorphic animal in the mall pick his name for him. Like,
And then we had
I
Adam
think his name was
22, which gave us
Christopher.
the most random.
Have
thing,
y'all
like,
seen the new Chris Hansen trailer? Like
with
the trailer with Robert
No,
Pattinson?
not since that nigga started his own network that he's trying to charge niggas $4.99 a month to watch. No,
Okay, so
I'm not
basically,
paying.
your man Robert Patts is about to play Chris Hansen, and the trailer is so unhinged.
Oh,
It's so unhinged. It looks so good.
it is.
but either way, EDP. I hope that nigga throw him under the jail, yo. Even though he hasn't.
Throw him under the jail.
And I hate, one thing I did hate though is they went out of their way to make the little girl who is now 18 that he was texting with. They did their best to make her look like she was trying to throw this nigga under the bus, and maybe she was. But either way, she was still a child when she was talking to this nigga. That doesn't change whether she's clout chasing now or money grubbing now.
Right, you
That
still
doesn't
fell
change the
for it,
fact
which
that
showed
she
who
was-
you were. Nasty nigga.
Which means, yeah.
He turned that shit on Gideon like quick. Like, yeah. I'm like, damn, Gideon.
Yo, she was quick to be like, I feel like Gideon used me as a puppet. I like that they proved all of the stuff that she was saying as a lie as they did it. They're like, no, we've got Discord recordings of Gideon literally telling her she doesn't have to do this, literally making sure she's okay, literally. And I'm like, yeah, that's cool and all. But either way, this was a child that was having sexual conversations with a man that was in his 30s. That's a problem. Period, point blank.
Period, point blank, full stop. It's a problem.
Yeah.
No ifs, ands, or buts. No extras. No,
And that's
no
on Mary Had a
ellipses,
Little
no
Lamb.
fucking-
We gonna run it up. No
'Cause-
eggs, no ham,
'cause
no
that
grapes,
shit-
eggs and ham.
Nothing. You are
Nothing.
150,000% in the
Wrong as fuck. It's wrong as fuck. And there's something wrong
there's
with
no-
you.
The fact that he was like, yeah, I had her send me pictures. What? Nigga, yeah, I sent her pictures of me pleasing myself. What?
People so crazy.
Then he talked about how he stuck a broom handle up his ass once, and though he had to make sure that everyone knew that he's not gay.
They rebranded one of my favorite Japanese
Although,
spots. See what they talk about.
like, I mean, look, if you're not of the homosexual persuasion, I don't see any reason why you're putting broom handles up your ass, brother. I'm not gonna lie.
He kept randomly mentioning that he's not gay over and
I
over
just don't
again.
think. I just don't think. No matter what the situation is, a broom handle should go up in here. No matter what the persuasion. There's toys for
Penetrate
that.
yourself with a broom handle.
Like,
There's-
we do not
there's
need a
nothing to
broom.
argue with.
He spent a lot of time trying to
He's
say he's
literally-
not gay randomly. It was like weird. It was just out of nowhere.
Oh, bro. The whole time was just him being like, I'm not gay, though.
I'm like, this ain't got nothing to do with that.
I don't.
Not a damn
Yo,
thing.
although this
Well,
is
nobody
the first
can
time I've
do
heard
it.
somebody drop the. I haven't heard someone drop the cigarette so much as I heard from EDP, yo. He was quick to be like, I ain't no agate fay, Amit Day. And I was like, damn, that's kind of.
I was so confused because
You gotta
ain't
break
nobody
out
ever
the
accused
love
you
the
of
fake
that.
laugh.
Though. No one accused you of that, and you just brung it up. So that leads me to believe like I didn't think about it. Now I
It
wonder if
would
you are.
always come up at the. I love how he admitted he was like, "Yo, I'm a porn addict. I'm a corn addict, but I ain't gay."
But I
And I
ain't
was like,
gay.
"Bro, no one asked if you were gay. No one has once questioned your sexuality.
He wants you to go to
You
jail for
telling us you
texting
ain't
little
gay.
girls. What did that got to do with?
Right. It ain't got that fuck thing to do
I
with you
would,
being gay.
listen,
Now I'm thinking
I
you
would
may
much
be.
rather him be gay.
Right.
Now you're texting little
Now
girls.
y'all make me want to go make sure there ain't no little boys out there
That's what I'm saying.
that
That
got a
makes sense.
story.
Because why are
That's
you
what I would
bringing
do
this up
next.
over and over again? But
Because that, I couldn't believe it, yo. I couldn't believe how comfortable he was saying that he committed these crimes over and
because
over
he got away with it
again.
twice, you think he can get
Like-
away with it again?
Yeah, I mean, he did get away with it 2 times.
But this
But-
time, Chris Hansen on his bed.
Listen, I hope that nigga can't make it to dialysis and kicks the bucket. I ain't gonna lie.
Hey, I'm big on the universe working its magic, okay?
maybe God wanted
It does
to
what
do
it
that so
needs
he be
to do,
miserable for the
always.
rest of your life, sick and shit.
Cause that, I really couldn't, like, as I watched it, I was like, how is he just able to say this so comfortably, yo?
See, and that's what's
Like, how's he
stressing me
able to-
out. Like, there's not many things that make me uncomfortable when it comes to watching things. I've lived a life, I've experienced things, all of that. But the more you talk about it and the more that you say it was hard for you, makes it feel like I'm gonna be so pissed.
Bro,
I'm gonna be so
I mean,
upset.
start off watching kids across the street and talking. Look at
you
them
know,
kids
okay
going
with
to school.
saying these things. The fact that he was just so cool with being like, yo, I sent a video of me flogging my mule to a fucking 16-year-old. Like, what?
But
What?
yeah, that
Right.
documentary is
In
unhinged.
what world is that kosher?
But
But yo, shout out to Mike Klum because he was in his bag on that documentary, yo. He made sure that nigga looked like just the monster he is, and I'm here for it always.
but
I hope he
Yeah,
makes a bag from it. I really do,
we have another story.
and I hope EDP goes to prison.
Yep, and I hope they do everything
But no,
that
Moonbeam,
you don't want to do.
you should definitely.
You don't want to do in prison. I hope they make you do everything you don't want to do.
Or maybe you do want to do it because you keep bringing it up.
Yeah, I was
I'm
about to say
telling
you
you,
probably
though,
want
you
that
should
shit.
watch the documentary, Moonbeam.
I'm gonna watch it.
It's like
What's the name of it
it's like
again?
an hour and 20. It's like an hour and 20.
Sick Life of EDP 445.
It's
Oh,
not
that's
real,
what
real
you
long,
kept talking
but
about,
it's
Zelmay.
crazy.
Every time you mentioned that shit, I had no idea what the fuck you were talking about. When you're like, oh, the documentary dropped, I was like, I have no idea what you're talking about. You're like, I'm watching it. I was like, I still have no idea what you're talking about. We're going to talk about it on Thursday. No clue what the fuck this documentary
that's
is
it.
that he keeps mentioning. Now I know. Okay.
It's a joke to
It
Sick
was-
Mind. Sick Life
Yeah,
is the other
Sick
dude,
Mind
Boogie,
of
whatever his
EDP
name is.
445.
Okay.
Shout out to you, nigga.
Yeah, he did. He's gonna do. Didn't he do a Wings of Redemption one too? I think he did a Wings of Redemption doc too. But Mike being
I
his
wonder
bag,
why
yo,
it's
and he just
stuff.
lets these niggas hang themselves.
Outside of here.
He really does. He's not teeing them up with inflammatory questions or anything, yo. He sets out the guidelines and he lets some niggas cook themselves every rib.
And he made it YouTube too by doing random events and stuff like that. Like, who's your people you hang around? But we have another thing that's going on. Try to make it make sense.
Made me
Motivate.
sad until everyone was like, this nigga's just hamming it up. Cause like, yo, this shit is
I'm
A.
on my lunch break. It is, I don't know, 11:30 or something like that. And I just finished a 3-hour class. We have what's called block, and block is where first and second periods are combined for subjects and needed. And so I literally broke down in the middle of class because I'm teaching seniors. These kids are leaving high school and going to college, hopefully, after they finish, we had 2 paragraphs to read, 1 sentence complete to write. I gave them the sentence stems. I basically completed the sentence for them in the mind. These are 17 and 18-year-old kids, and they couldn't fill in 4 words. 4 words. I gave them the scenario. We annotated together. I gave them the answers before we even had the problem. And they couldn't do it. I don't know. I simply don't know where the problem is. This is only day 2. And I have seniors who simply cannot read, and seniors cannot write. They cannot write. They can reason. They have the ability to defend their reasoning if it's talking to their homeboy, but applying that to a written text, 2 paragraphs, and they couldn't do it. Our young black men, our young brown men, our young black girls, and our young brown girls. Oh God.
So y'all can see that's what he said. A lot of people misrepresented him. They say he's a veteran teacher. He is not. He is a YouTuber, a social media star who just became a teacher after he kind of fell off, according to a lot of people. I do not know if he fell off or not, but he's relatively new. I think he taught before, but now he's back teaching. So we have a lot of problem with this because people are asking now, real concern or content play. Darius Cooks went viral getting emotional about students who can't read. The issue is real, but is his reaction genuine advocacy or
I don't care.
Or a proven engagement format? Now we're gonna go over some of this, and I'm gonna break this down.
I don't care. I don't feel like this is a world of content, but as long as it is getting the issue out there, regardless if it's performative or not, as long as the message is getting out there, then I still feel like it's beneficial. Regardless if he makes money off it or not, I don't really care because it is a real issue that needs to be discussed.
It is, but it's a little bit cool that people are offended about. So we're gonna break it down and get your thoughts.
Who can't fucking read?
Yeah. That is a problem, by the way. That's why I did not say it's not. It's a real concern. But so let's go into the background of who Darius Cooks is. Darius Cooks built a massive following on TikTok and YouTube about home cooking content, accessible recipes, family meals, and a warm, relatable on-camera presence. Over time, this content expanded past recipes into community-focused and emotionally vulnerable moments, which regularly outperform his straight cooking videos. In a recent viral clip, Darius became visibly emotional while discussing students who reached late elementary and middle school without being able to read. High school seniors, you said. The video spread fast. Sympathetic comments piled up, and just as quickly, skeptical ones questioning whether the emotion was genuine or a content strategy. Now, the problem itself is real. Let's go into the numbers. Let's break it down. National reading assessments have shown roughly 2/3 of U.S. fourth graders read below proficient levels in recent years. A well-documented worsening trend confirmed the latest NAEP figures before airing. Pandemic-era learning loss accelerated a decline in literacy instruction, an outcome that was already underway nationwide. Teacher and literacy nonprofits have flagged this as a slow-moving crisis for years. It's not a talking point Darius invented. Whatever you think of his delivery, the statistics say he's reacting to isn't manufactured, which is the Moonbeam and Air Force One. Now, there's 2 ways to read this, and then I'm gonna break down some of the arguments I saw from teachers. So, because I didn't put it on here, but I went through looking through teachers today. Here's a consistent community first content. This is this isn't a one-off pivot into a trending topic. So he's been doing community service type of content. It's not his first time trying to go viral. Creator with real financial and personal investment in their audience, kids don't need to fake concern for reach. Emotion that lines up with long track record read differently than emotion that shows up out of nowhere. Now, this is the content play. Emotional, vulnerable content statistically outperforms recipe videos on every platform. The algorithm rewards tears. Being visibly upset about a sympathetic issue is a proven repeatable format, not a spontaneous one-time reaction. Virality doesn't require insincerity, but it doesn't rule it out either. The creator knows exactly what to perform. Now we're gonna open the floor, and I'm gonna explain to you some of the accounts against that I've read. Does it matter if the emotion is genuine as long as the underlying issue gets real attention either way? By the way, it doesn't. This should be talked about. It should be represented. So, how do you personally tell the difference between advocacy and content farming from creators you follow? Is it fair to question a creator's sincerity on a topic that's sympathetic, or does that skepticism do more harm than good? Again, taking away from the message. Now, some of the teachers I've seen on the internet said he specifically called out black kids. That's one problem, he said. Even though it's a nationwide issue, black kids tend to get less education. But again, in that case of underperforming overall, black people get the leftovers even among fallen. So again, there's that systemic problem. Who knows? But they say specifically calling out black kids and black boys is a problem. The other one saying calling out the kids instead of trying to figure out emotions and trying to figure out ways, but to put it on the internet is wrong compared to just coming up with a formal plan in your area or whatever. That's some of the things people say they don't like him embarrassing the kids because they find out what high school he went to. They can mock the kids for not being able to read, a bunch of problems. But again, I want to iterate. It is a real issue because in second grade, I could outread over 60% of Americans according to studies. In the second grade, I could outread 60% of Americans.
I will say I learned to read. I'm so happy my mother took the time to teach me how to read when I was 4. And never once did my mother ever tell me no when I wanted to spend hours and hours at the library. I'm so happy for that now. Because it makes sense, but it's sad that it makes sense. Like kids nowadays, they don't
have to do as much.
Yeah, bro. It's like I don't know. It's a very sad situation. I don't care whether the nigga was genuine or not. I could care less whether he did it for show, whether he did it. If people are gonna mock the children, they'll do it online, so the kids can't fucking read it anyways, apparently. So there's that. But the crux of the issue is that we've got seniors at the end of their high school careers not being able to read. That is a problem. Full stop. That is a problem. And like, as long as people are talking about it, maybe there's a chance to fix it. I don't know if we ever will. But
I'm be real.
Look,
I don't know how to fix it because they are more dependent on AI.
Like I said, whether it's for show or not, it's a problem. It's a real problem. And yeah, that's all I got to say about that. It's fucked up. Because like reading it's fundamental, and I know that sounds so cliche, but it's the truth.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's very sad. Go read a book, folks. Go read a fucking book. If you can.
My mom, before I could play basketball outside my friends who would be at my house playing basketball, I had to go read like a certain amount of pages in the encyclopedia at a desk. While I could see them playing basketball. I can watch, they are in my yard playing basketball, and I'm up here at a desk reading a book.
I had to learn to read or I couldn't play Pokemon, yo, because my mom wasn't finna sit there and read that shit for me. And she told me that straight out. She was like, yo, you want to play this shit? Huh?
Shout out to Motivations. Me playing basketball and you playing
Yeah,
Pokemon.
Most definitely. She was like, yo, if you want to play this shit, you going to have to learn how to read. And at 4 years old, I learned how to fucking read so I could play fucking Pokemon.
Maybe we need more word games.
And I just
Roblox
never
is too simple,
stopped
though.
reading.
Roblox might be too simple.
Roblox.
We can add reading to
Roblox
Roblox.
is these kids' problem, yo. You can go, yo. These kids tell you every
Yeah,
meme
like
in the world,
Mavis
but can't read a
Bacon's
fucking
typing.
paragraph.
Like if they did like a Mavis Bacon typing thing right now, like they'd be straight. Put it in game format. Like that's how I learned how to type because of that game. Shout out to my uncle for putting me on that. Like
Make Roblox add every one of them. You got to learn how to read the function in Roblox, or you'll get lost. Let's
Yo, do something, but here's the thing. I saw a lot of people in his comments like trying to blame him for these kids. Like, oh, how did you not, brother? These kids are seniors.
right.
Like he's
Afro
teaching
comment
them in
also
their
made a comment.
senior
Let's go read his
year.
comment. We're gonna let Afro.
Oh, did I?
Comment. Yeah, let's see what Afro comment says. Afro says
Did I
some of
comment
y'all
on-
in these comments are in that class.
Oh, that's true. I did say that. I did in fact say that. The comments were dumb, yo. They were very dumb. There were a lot, like I just said, a lot of these commenters were trying to blame him, and I'm like, yo,
That's because them motherfuckers can't read neither. They can't read either.
And that was the point of my comment, is that a lot of the people in the comments probably were in that class and could not read.
I say bring back shame. You know how a lot of people in my class know how to read? When the teacher called them to read.
When you call them up and you got to stand up in front of the class and read.
And they couldn't read.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Bring back uncomfortable shit like that.
Bring back shame.
You need to bring back fear of looking dumb. Because, see, people just think that it's okay to look stupid.
See, I never got to read, though. Because I always volunteered to read.
See, I always read because I'm a reader. So that shit was natural for me.
I remember Miss Hollingsworth used to have eagles and buzzers, and if you was a buzzer, that means you was kind of on the dumb side. So everybody was motivated to be an eagle. And people today would hate on that. But at the end of the year, everybody mostly was an eagle. Because at the beginning of the year, most people were buzzard. Except me, I would never buzz. But most people were buzzard.
I won that pizza party on my fucking own every year. I didn't need no motherfucking help.
Moonbeam, everybody would get at the end of the year, everybody get the eagle because you didn't want to be a buzzer because that means you was dumb.
Because he was dumb.
So in the first day class, who the buzzers, who the eagles? By the end of the year, everybody was almost an eagle. I think maybe one person would, but everybody was an eagle.
Hey, I'm here for it though.
It went from like 70% of the class being a buzzer to everybody being an eagle, and that shit stood with me because I'm like, oh, that shit worked. That shit work. It ain't all about being nice and you can't read this. Okay, no, it's like, hey, you a buzzer.
Reading is fundamental. Yeah. Yes, it is.
And I'm gonna tell you some secret. If you in high school and you can't read, college.
I love to read. I was just telling somebody, I was like, do you know that I finished the longest Harry Potter book in middle school, which was 800 and something pages? I finished that in a ride to Atlanta at night with a motherfucking book light. Because my mama had first off sat in that line and got that motherfucking book for me. See, people don't even understand. Like, now you can get everything easily. Like, what? People get on my nerves. The universe gets on my nerves.
For those books in my Hogwarts robe with my fake glasses.
Okay. With the little squiggly book light in the back, reading. I was locked in. I finished that bitch by the time I made it to Atlanta.
Read the Odyssey before we got to class, so we can write papers. Before we got to school, that shit was required reading.
Hell, I was reading a book before we started this podcast, and I'll continue reading it after we're done.
No, and I was just telling someone because someone had mentioned that one of our mutual friends was catching up on One Piece via the manga, and they didn't think that was smart. And I was like, why? I was like, first off, he'll catch up so much faster than watching over 1,000 episodes. I was like, do you know how quickly and easily it is to read? That's what be tripping me out when people be like, oh, I ain't got time to read. If you got time to sit on the toilet and fucking scroll, you can be reading something.
By the way, I would normally say we
She's
ain't
not
trying to shame you,
wrong.
but we trying to shame you. Y'all niggas dumb.
No, I am shaming y'all. Y'all
Yeah, we are.
dumb.
Please.
Y'all are so
If
dumb.
this shame gets you to learn to read, please.
Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all a secret. In college, you might graduate high school. In college, they do not give a your ass can fail. They are not gonna share the professor ain't gonna remember your name. Your teacher from elementary remember all y'all. Your professor ain't gonna remember who you were. They will not remember
And
you.
it's worse because you're paying to be there when it comes to college. It's not like public school. You ain't in that bitch for free. You paying to be there.
Right.
And if you think you playing sports and can't read in college, you might get away with it depending on how good you are.
No, that's the only way you gonna get. That's the only way you're gonna get away with it. But don't depend on that, because being a successful sports player, it involves something that you can't control, which is not getting hurt. Okay,
and
fuck
don't mean you
around
go into
and
the
have
league
one
either.
wrong move, and then you ain't got nothing to do with your fucking life because your ass can't read.
And when I say you gotta be him. You can't just be like
You gotta
another
be
dude on the
him.
team. You can't be just another person on the team. You gotta really
Yeah.
be. You gotta really be him. You gotta be like, oh, he might go to the
Lots of
NFL for
niggas
them to
get
just cheat your way
scholarships,
through.
yo.
Because if you just a regular nigga, they
Lots of
getting you out
niggas
of
get
here.
scholarships. Lots of niggas don't make it into the league though.
Yeah.
So many. Like, if you think about how many schools are out there, how many football players graduate each year, how many of them even go on to play any type of football after college, let alone forget the league. There are people that don't make it into semi-pro leagues. They literally graduate college and they'll never do anything else football related outside of maybe coach a high school team.
Golf, track and field, wrestling, it doesn't matter. One injury
I'm
and
gonna
you're
just tell you
cooked.
this: football, the only one
One
that probably
injury
passed
and
you
you're
for it. They ain't gonna
cooked.
pass you for the other sport. They don't give a fuck about that. But I do want to say, by the way, another thing about this before we get off in the show. My friend told me, she said she was doing HR and that a teenage, like a 21-year-old came in and they said, sign your name. And they're like, I don't know how to sign my name because I don't know cursor. And I said, what the fuck? Scribble, bitch.
Yo, niggas don't have signatures anymore.
At least scribble. Don't tell everybody.
But that's another thing. A lot of kids will try and freaking, and I saw this very recently in real life. A lot of kids are trying, when they're writing, they're using shorthand. They're using shorthand to write, yo. And that's a problem.
For
They
them
can
jobs in the
carry
future
on
gonna be
to
lit
much
for the old niggas.
longer in life.
Mm-hmm.
Them jobs in the future gonna be lit for old niggas.
Like, and I can't say nothing. I have the handwriting I don't have a politically correct word to use for it, but my handwriting is atrocious to say the least. But hey, I read my ass off though.
Okay. I was just saying, I'm real disappointed in myself that I haven't opened up these Game of Thrones books again. So that will be my next thing. I'm trying to figure out why this one white man just keep looking at me. I done passed him 3 different times since I've been in this store, and every time
Shout
he just
out to A Song of Ice and Fire.
Shout out to Song of Ice and Fire.
Yeah, we got one more season. I'm looking forward to it. We got Aegon's Conquest come out next year. So
Aegon's Conquest. I'm so excited for Aegon's Conquest. Is it so? Did they officially get Henry Cavill, or was that a rumor?
I don't know. They haven't said nothing.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if that was a rumor or
I'm sad
not.
that Moonbeam wasn't there for our House of the Dragons, the final episodes, because I wanted to know how she was gonna feel about me gaslighting her about fucking.
We can talk about
Sunfire
it
being
on
dead.
the after show.
I know we talked about it, but
I'm not talking about me and Moonbeam
we
talked about it on the
didn't talk
after
about
show of another show.
Oh, okay.
Say that again.
But
You talking about Sunfire?
Oh, bro.
Yeah, I was like, I
Let's
gaslighted
talk about
Newman so
Sunfire.
hard about that.
No, I'm so
nigga.
glad. I'm so glad you brought that
No,
up, Tori. Let's talk about Sunfire. And you trying to gaslight me like I ain't read the books
but
and knew for a fact that Sunfire does, in fact, burn the crap out of Rhaenyra. So, and you sat there straight up and was like, nah, he dead. Like, dead as a doorknob. I was like, either he done forgot or he is lying to me so hard right now. I went back and looked at that episode. You were convinced. You were convinced. You would forget the
I was
Sunfire
waiting.
off Rhaenyra.
No, I was waiting because look, you were supposed to be there, and it was gonna be good content for you to be like, "You
Hello.
motherfucker," and I was gonna be like, "Yes, me motherfucker," but then you just didn't show up to the final episodes.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was supposed to be there, and then I didn't get a chance to watch it. And so, literally, like while y'all
Because
were
I'm
doing
always
the
thinking
show,
about
I
the
was finally
content.
watching it. I was finally watching
But I'll
it.
Because
probably
I
do
even talked
episode
about it
2 of
afterwards. I was like,
Lanterns
man, I was like,
this
I
week or
wish
something.
he was here so we could talk about how I gaslit her.
I liked the first episode
And
of
then,
Lanterns, by the way. It was
Hold
good.
on.
are you gonna review Lanterns?
I'm thinking about it. I gotta see how the second episode do. Then I'm gonna put the word out.
I was gonna say I ain't even watched the first episode yet. I was thinking
It was
about it, but
good.
then I was like, I don't
Wait,
really
the first
like
episode of
I don't
what?
really like Green
Lanterns.
Lantern storyline
No, they
though
were
like
showing a
that. So
preview
like
of
if
it
I
last
just
night. I'm sorry. Hmm.
Yeah, so I'm gonna probably do that.
Wait, what did I do? Oh, I didn't
Yes, I'm gonna
unlock
do
it.
Lanterns because it's
Wait,
gonna be
yes,
a
I did.
Sunday night show that replaced every Sunday
The
night
fuck?
show. They had
Oh, it
Euphoria,
didn't
then
activate
they
my
had
card. Hold on. What?
House of Dragon. Now they
Why isn't
got
my card
Lanterns. It
activated? That's
seems like they're
weird.
going back to their
Oh,
Sunday
you know what?
format.
It's
Now
okay. It's
HBO
okay. I don't know what it's
continuously
doing,
putting out
but
one
it's all right.
story every time one
Because this
comes out.
does work.
We also got Fight
Okay, I
Land. So I'm
haven't
gonna see what we're
activated
gonna
it
do. I
yet.
know
Oops.
Vision Quest will be the next thing I know for a fact I'm doing.
yeah, when does Vision Quest start?
I think October.
Thanks. Have a good one.
Man, I don't want to watch Agatha all along though, bro.
It's really good though. You'll enjoy it.
No, you're gonna
I
And
don't
you
enjoy
want
love
it though,
Aubrey Plaza.
Tori. Like
You
I
don't step
want you
over
to
Aubrey
stop
Plaza, and
doing
I know it.
this.
So you
I
good.
need you to stop doing this. You're gonna enjoy it. Like I promise you. I promise
And
you.
he gonna step
You
over
know
Aubrey
that you
Plaza.
know
He
that
know he
there's a
gonna step over.
no. And no nigga, because you made me watch Read Monster. And I was like, I'll take your word for it or whatever. I'll check it out. And I did. And I didn't hate it.
gas.
I didn't
Green
hate it.
Monster is gas. Shout out to
But I'm saying, but that's what I'm
season
trying to
3 is
tell you.
coming.
Agatha all along, in my opinion, is is just as good as WandaVision.
But here's the thing.
If
Here's the
not
thing.
more
I don't
entertaining, in
like
my opinion.
Agatha Hart. But here's the thing. I don't like Agatha Harkness as a Marvel character. Like I don't like her comic book run. So I'm like a whole show about Agatha just doesn't appeal to me. Because I don't like the character.
Yeah.
But if I have to, I don't know. I'll get around to watching it before fucking Vision Quest starts. And
When does
maybe
Vision
it give
Quest
me an
start?
excuse to
By the
In
way,
rewatch
October.
WandaVision.
when does Vision
October
Quest start?
is what
October.
Zoe said.
And in October.
October.
Okay. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Oh, Zelmay, do you still? I don't know if you did it already, but I was thinking about it today or whatever. Did you still want to, or did you already rewatch Spider-Man 1 and 2?
I watched
Did you
one.
already
I
do it?
gotta do 2. I gotta do 2 this weekend.
Okay, I'll watch both of them. I'll watch them tonight, and just let me know whenever you want to do what you want to do with it.
Oh, bet. So what?
I guess I'm gonna if you're after you watch the second episode of Lanterns, let me know if you're gonna review it, and if you do, I'll watch the first. It's all like that. Outside
No,
of
Lanterns
Blackest
was
Night,
good
there's
though.
not
Like
really-
I only know basic Lanterns lore, so I'm excited because I know that there's like so much to it. So I'm glad that we'll get to see like red lanterns and yellow lanterns and green and not just green lanterns and
the
shit.
way that they're making it sound, I don't know if we're gonna get.
Well, I
all
don't
of
know
that.
if you
I
get
don't
it,
know
but
if we're
you
gonna
I
get
might.
think
It's
they
okay.
no.
the
I
Green
think they
Lantern
originally
thing.
said. I think in the original trailer, like the original teaser, they showcase or something that you're gonna get more than just the ones that we've been used to.
Well,
The
guys
Orange
not
Lanterns,
unusual, but
Red Lanterns are always my favorite. because fucking
Yeah.
Atrocitus is Atrocitus. But the Orange Lanterns, the one Orange Lantern that
See, that's
is
what I want to see more of.
is one of the
You
best.
always see green and red.
the
I want to
best-
see Orange Lanterns show their ass.
Well, there's only one
Well,
Orange
Lantern's
Lantern, and
premiere
he is
pulled in
very, very
9.3
green.
million viewers on the first 3 days on HBO. So shout out to that.
Shout out to
I believe it.
Lantern.
It's been. I saw it's up on the most watched in the little HBO Max.
And he's a good
window, so,
actor. He's entertaining. He's in shape. I feel like as long as the writing is done well, it's gonna go well around like the casual fans. Like I would say, I'm a casual. Like DC is very limited for me. You know, the Justice League, and that's really about it. Where I can really go deep into like lore for you. Lanterns, not so much. I'm interested to see how the people that love Green Lantern and like the Lantern universe feels about it right now, because I'm not for once.
Some of them
I'm
mad
not
about
coming
the
from
ending.
that angle.
Some of them mad about the end. It's a detective show. It kind
Which I like when they do that.
Yeah.
I like, because you know that's kind of how Agatha starts. It starts like as a detective show or whatever, and then it builds into the story. And I like those type of shows, like when they go that route, because I felt like it makes it easier for you to feel like it's realistic.
And if you watch the end of it, it shows you what the mystery is supposed to be, because it goes in 3 different time zones: 1986, 2016, 2026. So you get 3 different, and it's a mystery on how you get to 2026. So the ending of the first episode caused a lot of controversy among a lot of people, but also brought a lot of
Oh, really?
Yes.
Wait, why a lot of controversy?
Because of the way it ended.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if y'all
See,
do
that's the
spoilers.
only thing about shows like that jump from timeline to timeline. You gotta pay attention. You gotta follow it. Because that's how To Be Hero was. Someone was just saying, like, why don't we talk about it enough? I was like, because most people get confused because you don't realize that everything is happening at the same time, but from different, like, characters' perspectives. You don't realize that until you're, like, at least damn near 10 episodes in. But it's so interesting that even though you don't know what's going on, like, you're stuck, like, you're locked in. I'm pretty sure every episode of To Be Hero, I was like, did I miss something? Like, I feel like I missed something in the last episode. And then we'd go back and rewatch like the last 5 minutes. I'd be like, nope, we definitely watched this. Okay. And then it finally hit us when we were like, oh shit. Because you see a character that you're like, isn't that character dead?
Yeah, we know you don't like.
You're like, isn't that character dead? I'm so confused. And then you're like, oh, this is that fight. It's just from the other angle. Got it. My titty trying to hang out.
Yo, Afro, I got a question. Do you know Joe is our closest Red Pill friend we got? Because he is very close to Red Pill.
He is so close to Red Pill. Sometimes I have to. That's why he got the reaction he got that day with that domestic violence conversation. I was like, this
Joe
so
is like the closest we got to full
so close to Red Pill. It's not even. And that is saying a lot when Tori exists.
Hey,
you love women. Okay. I really think Tori loves women more than you do, Joe.
I just call you Red Pill. I don't care about the rest.
I do.
I really do believe
Joe
that Tori fuck with women way more than you do.
If you up here dirty Mac and act like we don't know he do it. We know you
like
dirty
he'll
Mac,
just
Joe.
crack a joke.
Yeah,
and
Joe
be like,
knows that nigga be dirty macking his ass off, and that's okay.
Joe
As
probably
long as
dirty
he
Mac at a
acknowledges
funeral,
it.
which is crazy. Joe, you ever try to talk to a grieving widow?
Joe does seem like the kind of nigga that would dirty mac at a funeral. I ain't gonna lie.
Joe, you try to dirty Mac a widow before?
That nigga
Tell the
hollering
truth.
some folk lie on me and say they put my hands on them. Oh, I didn't even know about that.
I don't know about it.
That's crazy. Let's not say that again. I didn't even know about that. Nah, I was just saying this because
hey, listen,
of
Red
the shit that come out your mouth.
Red Pill niggas don't put their hands on women. They weak bitches.
Nah, I'm not worried about. There's a lot of people that I gotta worry about. Joe ain't one of them, and I think that if Joe ever was dumb enough to do that, I don't even have to worry about it because Tori gonna beat the shit out of him. So I don't never have to worry about.
Hey,
I don't believe that. I don't believe whatever them hoes said for a second, Joe. Because one thing I do know is your cousin do not play about kids, elderly, and putting your hands on women or whatever. So I guarantee you, if that was a thing, Joe wouldn't be here because Tory would have beat his ass already.
Joe don't be beating up on bitches. I'll say that part. Joe don't be beating up on these bitches.
Joe don't be beating on bitches.
Because he don't.
That's what I was saying. That's why I said what I said, because I wanted him to understand. Like, I guarantee you, we would know if it had happened, because Tory would have told us that he had to beat the fuck out of him, and we'd be like, why? And he'd be like, because he did X, Y, and Z, and I had to snatch his ass up.
Dirty Mac on widows at funerals. That's all I want. I wanted you to admit you were dirty macking on widows. It got dark.
Oh shit.
Joe would dirty
That's what. Wait, that is why you said the red pill comment?
Yeah, he would 100% dirty mac on widows at a funeral.
What is that? How does that make him red pilled up?
Oh, that wasn't a red pill part. That was just him. That was just me bringing up an observation. Red pill was just him. Half the stuff Joe said.
Half the shit Joe said. That's why I was like, I wasn't even thinking that because of whatever he had just said about whatever women have said. I said that because of the shit that come out his mouth on shows sometimes. My friends call me PBJ, punching back Joe. Oh my God. Actually, that's funny though. That PBJ though, I'm fucking with that.
That gotta be your title on your documentary. We're doing a whole documentary on Joe.
Whole documentary
a whole documentary about how Joe be letting women sock him, yo. That's crazy. Cause it couldn't be me, yo. I ain't gonna lie. I got 4 sisters. You put your hands on me as a female, you gonna get these hands.
Oh no, there's definitely levels to that shit.
There's
definitely levels to this shit.
Now,
if I ever put my hand on a man, I'm very much prepared, and I ain't gonna sit there and be like, I can't believe he hit me. And see, I got 3 brothers, so I'm a strong believer. Like, do what you gotta do.
See, I got 4
because I ain't always around. I ain't always around to handle my brother's lightweight, but I'll be there to defend him if shit go down. But most times, people don't even try them like that.
I do have 4 sisters.
I ain't gonna lie, I seen gentlemen.
Yeah, people don't try my brothers like that, and then even then, like, I still exist. And people don't necessarily like that. Am I in the right? They done built this up. This looks so different now.
As y'all can see, that's the tea for this episode. Let us know y'all like this video if you made it to the end. Subscribe and turn your notifications on for the next episode. It will be funner. I know the last few weeks we've been in TikTok drama and craziness and psychopathic TikTok behavior that I've been obsessed with. But I'm out. My algorithm is almost clean. I got little weird Asian girls making funny jokes. So I'm good now.
Yo, have y'all seen that? Have y'all seen the K-pop drill? Have you seen the Asian drill thing that's going around?
It was gonna be on the show, but we ran out of time. But drop it.
Wait, you haven't seen it, Tori? Oh, I gotta send it to you. It's like a bunch of like Asian girls that look like they're in like a K-pop or J-pop band, and they're like doing like drill music.
Hey, I'm here for that. I love me a good J-pop band. I listen to no shortage of whether it's Phantom Sita or Ararashi Gakko. I listen to plenty. I've been into a lot of Japanese like death metal idols lately, yo.
Oh yeah, I'll go down like a whole foreign language like music journey.
But
that's why I tell people lyrics for me aren't as important as like the vibe that the music gets, because I don't always know lyrics, but if I feel what you're trying to get across, then you've already done what you needed to do. But anyways,
I believe we're at the outro stage.
Yeah, that's why I was like, anyways, because I think Zelme was just like sitting to let us chat, and I'm like, no, don't do that. We're ready. It's okay. We've been here an hour 30. Hurry up so he can do his outro. He already doing his finger things. You better hurry up before I almost called you.
Look, you're cutting me off as I'm trying to do it.
Oh, I thought I was waiting on Zelme. My bad.
No, you can find me at AfroComedy765 on all platforms. You can catch me Mondays on Friday night. You're in the Discord watching Monday Night Raw. Tuesdays for the Raw recap. Wednesdays, you can catch me on the Blurred Cartels Roundtable talking top 10 anything. We just did top 10 teams and cartoons in which these niggas tried to tell me that the kids next door are better than the X-Men. You can catch me on Thursdays on Casual Conversations.
That was the last episode
with Zelme and the lovely Miss Moonbeam when she decides to join us. Fridays on Friday night, you're talking wrestling and you know the vibe, something flagrant, something inflammatory.
Mooney.
You already know it's your girl, Ebony Moonbeam. You can find me at Ebony_Moonbeam or Ebony_Moonbeam cosplay on all social media platforms. For the next couple of weeks, I'll be revamping my content and my pages. So if things start to disappear on my page, don't worry, I'll be back. If my page seems deactivated at any point, I'll be back. I'm rebranding, I'm restructuring my content. I'm doing a lot of things while also trying to reel in my own personal shit. Content's coming. Right after this, I'll be on TikTok Live for Respectfully We Need Therapy. You can find me on my page. And yeah, cosplays, content, yada yada yada, the works.
Shout out, follow the lovely Miss Ebony Moonbeam. Go check out her content coming soon. Just in a few hours, as a matter of fact. But I do appreciate you. You know, I am your host, Del May, back in the office. As you can see, Goku's in basketball. We back here. Remember to keep stomping because it's hard to be the person who never gives up, and something amazing gonna happen. Peace.
Sing, give me. Sing, give me. Oh yeah. Same gimmick, same game. Ooh, yeah. Different name, all gas, no brakes, no shame. Cold hard takes, feel the flame. Scumbag vibes on repeat. Neighborhood, can't be beat. Casual combo, let it play. Woo. Same gimmick, different day. Hey. All hot days, no delay, different day. All hot days, no delay, different day. African on the rise, beautiful cosplay, hypnotized, Ebony Moonbeam, wild and free, debaucherous whore, that's the key. Scumbag vibes can't escape, some mayhem, looking great. Casual combo, let it play, saying give me different day.